10 Chambers was started to enable us to work together as friends. We used to work together at different parts of our life and our careers, basically, and we set out to create this company where we could make games on our own terms.
I got to know Ulf in high school, actually, and then I've just been following him around wherever he goes.
I started at 10 Chambers right from the beginning, 5 or 6 years ago. Ulf contacted me. I basically just resigned the day after and started working with 10 Chambers.
My name is Ulf Andersen. I'm the creative director on GTFO. I work with 10 Chambers. GTFO is a game that I've been thinking about doing for a very long time. So it's been a sort of a passion project for me and for the rest of the team.
It's like a love letter. It's about getting the kind of experience and feeling and dread and horror and excitement you get from, well, maybe like taking down a raid boss in World of Warcraft for the first time, but you're only 4 people, but the same kind of intensity.
Even though it's a shooter, it's more like a puzzle game where you have to communicate a ton to survive.
First-person, 4-player co-op horror action stealth game.
I'm Svante Winternat. I'm CEO at 10 Chambers.
Hjalmar Wikström. I'm a programmer, game designer.
My name is Simon Wickland, and I'm responsible for everything you hear in GTFO. It's a hard game.
Rundown 4 is all about new features. We have matchmaking, we have something we call layering, which basically enables you to play, I think, get further into the Rundown as a new player, but also create a bigger challenge for more seasoned players.
Our players get so much more playtime, and if you're a beginner, you can still progress through the levels. Instead of just running into a wall of difficulty, like after 2 levels, you can maybe progress through 3 or 4 or 5, who knows. But if you're a hardcore player, you can get like a massive challenge from the beginning, which is it's really dynamic. So I'm really happy about that one.
GTFO, when it went into early access, did not have matchmaking, and it's basically because the matchmaking has to be so sophisticated.
Making features that are executed well is one of our core sort of things that we work with, that make sure that everything is as good as we can. Matchmaking is a fairly complex topic.
Once you allow players to not rely on third-party software to find one another, they also have to be able to not rely on third-party software to chat, so then you need in-game voice chat as well. You need to make sure that the players speak the same language, that they have microphones, you know, because a game like GTFO, where there's so much focus on communication and coordination, then you can't have people, you know, not communicate with one another.
So for a rundown, we try to approach it both from like a technical standpoint and from a storytelling standpoint, and we always try to link them together. So from a technical standpoint, for this rundown, we're talking about matchmaking, about layering. And from a story standpoint, I won't spoil it right now, but we always try to match them together because we feel that we need to make the most of everything that we bring to the table.
We want to role play as much as possible every aspect of GTFO. So there's no, I don't know if people who played it have thought about it, but when you start the game, there's no 10 Chambers logo. You know, there's not even a GTFO logo when you start the game. It starts right away. And we wanted the matchmaking system to have that sort of feeling to it as well. Like, it's not part of actually finding other players. It's you as a prisoner in the system finding other prisoners. So we tried to sort of put a twist on the matchmaking.
This door's not gonna hold much longer!
One of the biggest challenges that we've had since going into early access has been trying to convey what the rundown system is. Getting new levels, getting new equipment, getting new stuff, new features, and then wiping it out every few months. And we want to show that we are producing new content, new experience with every new rundown. And the best way of doing that is just proving that we can deliver on it. So keep the next rundown exciting and just keep the community happy, and while also trying new features and trying to get into 1.0.
During the early access period, the main challenge for us as a team has been to combine the long-term and short-term commitments. We both want to develop a game with 1 year or 2 years ahead because we're so few, but also we want to deliver on the rundowns, and to balance that has been a challenge, but quite fun one.
I think we get encouraged by our community to make it even worse all the time, so that's been great. We usually don't take ideas just from what people say, but rather look at how they play the game and what they express when they play the game, and try to sort of make it more along the lines where we want to go, and see when they start to behave like we want them to behave, or experience what we want them to experience. That's been, so we're sort of I don't know, you feel like a mad scientist with a bunch of subjects, basically.
For the monsters, we recorded our own voices, actually in Svante's closet at his home, and we went inside there because there were all these clothes, and it was a walk-in, sort of small walk-in closet. So you can have the light on when you were in there, so you were sort of in GTFO mode, in complete darkness. And we put a mic in there, and then we just recorded me and Svante and Ulf and a few others, and we just made as weird sounds as we possibly could with our mouths, inhaling and stuff like that. And then I've been using all those sounds for the monster sounds in the game. So whenever there's a new monster that needs to have a sound in the game, then I just go to those sounds and look at the monster, and I'm like, okay, so this one has 3 mouths. Let's make it 3 times as scary, I guess.
COVID-19 has, of course, affected everyone. We work from home already and using video and that kind of stuff, so from a work perspective, it hasn't really changed anything for us.
It didn't really affect us as developers that much. Of course, everything around you changed, and family, and you had to be careful and so on, but we were actually working from home since a couple of years back.
We have families we care for, and we can't meet them, and it's been quite hard. But for 10 Chambers, we're so used to working remotely.
One of the best things with GTFO is our community. It's been awesome to see how good our Discord community and Steam forum and all that kind of stuff is. Because if you're a new gamer, or if you're new to GTFO, you can go into Discord and just ask for someone to join your game, and there will be so many friendly people that will help you to get through the first level, or second, or third, or whatever you wanna achieve. And well, it's a great way of getting new friends as well, not just playing GTFO, but other games as well, and I love to see that. It's more than just a game; it's a way of just getting new friendships, and that's just amazing to see.
The community has been super helpful for us, because we're a small team, and it's hard to test stuff, and it's always fun, sort of on a motivational side, to see how people play it and give us more energy to actually put the extra hours down to make it as good as it has become. But yeah, we're still very overwhelmed, I must say, by the support we've gotten so far. You gotta be very careful with what you wish for, I think. And in the forums or on Discord, people ask for things that can make the game extremely hard, and we sort of lean into that stuff more and more.
There, tagged. Hey, try to get in!
Response to the lore and to the story has been quite mind-blowing, actually. We're so excited to have people catch up on the small clues that we try to leave here and there, and we're really trying to poke their imagination and present not give everything away, you know. So it's been really cool to see.
We used to play a lot of, Left 4 Dead, for example, on the hardest difficulty. And if you can make it even harder, that's like, more fun for us. So we just want to crank it up to, 15 or something.
I've been wanting to make a horror game for 20 years. Now that I finally get to do one, it turns out it's really hard.
Regarding the future for GTFO, I'm not really sure what I can say, but if I do tell you something, well, I might have to send you to the warden later on, so we'll just keep it at that.